Okay viewers, first of all, apologies this didn't come out on the Wednesday. The reason for that will become very apparent once we start the video and the episode of the Director of Football, Perfect Director of Football Challenge. Thank you very much for the support on the first video. If you can keep giving that support throughout the series, that will be fantastic. I am so excited to bring you this. It's a long one, so I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Now I bring you back on the 28th of December. We have played a lot of games throughout the season. Of course, we started the series throughout the transfer window, and we played a few games into October. And I can't remember where we roughly ended. However, we're having a fantastic time. We are having a hugely fantastic time. It is only Lazio who are really giving us any trouble here at the top. They are unbeaten right now, and we have some really good players in the average ratings, assist-wise. The tactics seems to be working. Juve are struggling, and we've played some really good games, and we've won a lot of really good games. We have only lost a couple of games. That was against Juve and Lazio. The Lazio game was a 3-0 loss. They battered us. But like, we beat Sevilla 5-2. We beat Leipzig 3-1. All is doing very well. And the reason why I bring you back just before the transfer window, the January transfer window opens, is we have this little thing coming up. Martin de Roon, £13 million. They're trying to get Martin de Roon, PSG. I don't want that to happen. Although he is 29, kind of don't want that to happen. Now we're in the 4th of January and a lot of offers are coming in for our players. One being this centre-back that we have used very sparingly, and Juve are trying to steal him. They've made a couple of inquiries about him. They've now come in with an official bid, and it has been rejected for now. Okay, things have not been happening in this transfer window. We've had a couple of more offers for that player, but it was rejected again. DOF not really wanting to sell, and he's not wanting to buy, and for a very good reason. We now sit top of Serie A by 2 points. Lazio have continued to just draw a lot of games. We haven't exactly been keeping up with the form. We've played a fair few games in January, as we can see here. We even went through the Cup, but the most recent run of form, we lost in the quarterfinal of the Coppa Italia, but we drew the last 2 league games against Udinese and Crotone, and yet we're still top here. Some really good performances, but we are playing against teams what we really should expect to be winning, but we just seem to be playing really well. I'm going to have a look at the squad here and so you can have a look at goals and stuff. Like Duvan Zapata is playing phenomenal, 14 goals, 14 assists. Sam Lammers 11 goals, Ilicic 10 goals, and we are still playing this 2-3-2-3 formation that I use in my Youth to Gold last season, in the Youth to Gold, the season 3. It just seems to be working, and I'm quite enjoying it for now. Well, that's the January transfer window gone, and nothing happened. I'm going to show you now. We did not bring in a single soul. We did. Actually, we did. We brought in Germano, which was a free transfer. Don't get excited about that whatsoever. And on the outs, of course, we already had Diallo leave. That is it. No outs, 1 free transfer in, nothing. So, I did mention this on stream the other day, twitch.tv/MegaLukeGaming. Should you wish to watch some Youth to Gold, we're going to go to the end of the season, and then in this episode, we're going to have the transfer window for the summer of our 2nd season. So it's at this point I've brought you back because it's quite an interesting turn in events in regards to the team. Not so much transfer-wise, but in the league, we are still top by 2 points and a game in hand. We've just lost against Juve. A game that we have lost for, well, the first loss that we've had in the league for a long time, and a couple of months since the Napoli game. Before that, we haven't lost in God knows how long. The Champions League, unfortunately, was not ours to be won. 6-0 defeat to Atletico Madrid across 2 legs. But some of these results, I mean, we beat Lazio 3-2 here, 4-2, 6-2s. We're scoring so many goals. We beat Roma 5-0. Huge performance there. Duvan Zapata, Luis Muriel. Unfortunately, Juve managed to get the better of us. We have Inter Milan up next, and they are sat in 5th place. They are a tricky team. Our run towards the end of the season is also mid-table teams that we should win. We could actually win the league here. In the first season, which I don't know what to think of that. And it's continued. We are now the 12th of May, 2021. We have 3 games left. If we win, we win the league. That's it. That's how close we are to winning the league. We already guaranteed Champions League football. If we win the league. I mean, Juve, they have played very poor recently. I think they've lost a couple of games. Let's take a look. Very recently, they've lost a couple of games here. Lazio and Benevento that they have lost against. And they're still in the Champions League. They are actually in the Champions League final and the Coppa Italia. They have much bigger fish to fry. But we're going to end their run of that past winners. Look how long that goes on for. From 2011-12 all the way till now, 10 years in a row. We're going to end that if we win this one game. If we win one more game, we win that. Wow. And viewers, this is how we did it. We won. We've won the league 3-0, and we're going to see the goals here. Duvan Zapata, a fantastic finish there. We can see how this tactic kind of plays out now in this save. But a 3-0 drumming of Bologna, and it wasn't until the second half that we kind of... I mean, this is why I like 3 up top. Look at the options that we have. Gomez runs in, smashes it in on the 59th minute, the 60th minute, on the hour mark. And then the final goal coming in the 74th minute to cap it off, to lift the league trophy in the first time of trying. Alejandro Gomez, a scorching volley there. How we have done it, I don't quite know. But we have won the league. Like I mentioned before, okay, this save is not about what the team does. It's about what the director of football does. And that's why I'm not making too much of a big deal about this. I want to make a big deal about the transfers that he makes. So that is why we're going to move forward into the transfer window. We're going to really leave the celebrations to the simulation, the players themselves. You crack on, lads. We are all about the transfers. You might not be here in the summer. Let's find out if they are. So we ended the league quite comfortably with a 7-point win over Lazio, who finished in second place. Juve completely shit themselves by the looks of it. And if we do look at their schedule, they obviously played in that Champions League final and they lost to Barcelona in that final. They did, however, win 2-0 against Milan in the Coppa Italia, so there is some saving grace in there, but they lost so many games towards the end of the season. They crumbled and finished in third place. We, however, went on and won the bloody league. 90 points in total. But that's not the reason why I've brought you back right now. We are very close right now to the start of the transfer window. We have a few rumours coming in about a couple of our players, and it's time to see, well, we've actually had a couple of offers for these players. Martin de Roon. We've had a nearly £10 million offer for Martin de Roon, a defensive midfielder. He's now 30. Could rise up to 12.5 million, so that is quite a hefty chunk for a 30-year-old for a player. I'm hoping we also bring someone in. And Palomino could be going elsewhere as well, the 31-year-old defender. Something else that also happened is centre midfielder Mario Pasalac also left for Manchester United, £19.5 million. He is already there. The transfer window there has already opened and he has left the club. £20 million that brought in for us though. So that leaves our transfer budget of £52 million with 100k to play around with. He has a lot of money, not to mention a few other players are wanted. We've just won the league, which means a lot of our players are wanted. Hateboa is actually going to be leaving on a free transfer. We did not negotiate his contract again, which is annoying because he is good. I like Hateboa, and unfortunately we'll be losing him. So that's a shame. In fact, no, it wasn't even the end of the season. He is gone for 14 point something million pound. Our asking price is 17 million. That's not what I'm setting. That is what the DOF is setting. So we're actually going to be losing Hateboa, a right back, for less than 20 million. He does have only a year left on his contract, so I can understand why the value is so cheap, but I do not want to lose him. He's one of the best right backs in the league, and he has been fantastic for us this season. He has fantastic physical attributes, and I'm really pleased with that. 11 assists. He's got himself 11 assists and now we cannot use him. He's going to be gone. But the transfer window is now open and we have had offers come flying in. One of them is an offer that we have made for John Stones. John Stones, a 27-year-old Man City centre-back 17.75 million. That is a huge deal if we can manage to pull this over the line. Of course, very experienced. He's very good on FM. Has fantastic attributes. I like the look of John Stones. He will definitely improve our team, to say the least. And we could be bringing him in, which is fantastic. However, on the outs, we've had a few players who have had some transfer offers accepted. Ilicic being one of them, our elite forward, 33 years of age now, 10.75 million. As much as I don't want to lose him, £10 million is a lot. Pessina also wants to leave, and Shandong Leung have put an offer in. We have rejected that offer of 3.75 million. However, I don't think that's going to be the last we hear of Pessina. He wants to leave. He wants to go. We'll see if we can keep hold of him or not. It's not really up to us. Now, the offer for John Stones was accepted. You can see here the wage that we are trying to offer him, some good loyalty bonus of £4.7 million. That's reasonably high, but a wage of only 72 grand per week, I think is reasonably low for a John Stones. And remember, our DOF has perfect attributes, which means he has perfect negotiation skills. So we'll see if that if that works for us in our favour. For 5-year contract as well. We have had a lot of offers though. More offers here for Perez. Is a youngster. Pessina, again, more offers, 4.7, 3.7, 4.1, 3.7, which has been accepted now because he wants to leave. Ilicic has rejected Napoli. That £10 million bid has been rejected. But, how insane is this? We have made an offer for Sandro Tonali. Sandro Tonali, who recently has been one of the best wonder kids on the game, the last few iterations of Football Manager. And he looks fantastic here. He plays for Brescia after his loan deal with AC Milan. He played 34 games for him, of course, played in the cup final. 4 goals, 4 assists, had a decent season last season. We have made an offer for £30 million, which is a huge amount. We'll see whether it's been accepted or not in an upcoming part. Rafael Toloi, though, our experienced centre-back, £9.75 million. That's also been accepted. We're just losing our players right now. We're replacing them slowly. With John Stones coming in, of course, we have Rafael Toloi, who could be on the out because of that. But this is just going mental now. Now, the offer for Sandro Tonali was accepted for £29.5 million. This is what we are offering him. I think this is an absolute bargain because 35k, if we do manage to get him to join, then this is a huge player for not really a huge price to pay. £30 million is a lot of money, granted, but for a 21-year-old defensive midfielder for his quality and only paying 35 grand a week is exceptionally good. We have, however, lost Martin de Roon. He has been granted his work permit. He is moving to Spurs for £12.5 million. And it looks like we already have his replacement with Sandro Tonali. So bye-bye Martin de Roon. It does not matter. We might have Sandro Tonali instead. Rafael Toloi has rejected Napoli, which I'm actually quite surprised with. But we've already got John Stones, so what will happen there, I'm not quite sure. Napoli have now come back and tried to get our other centre-back, which has been accepted. £13.25 million for Palomino, who's not as good as Rafael Toloi, but he is still decent for this level. Sandro Tonali, though, has accepted. 35k, and we have signed him. That is a huge signing. Only a B- from the fans, which, that's harsh, really. DOF's done well there. And the second player comes in the door with John Stones. This is also, I think, a bargain. 17.75 million. We're paying him 72k a week, which I'd imagine he was on double the amount of that at Man City. I'm bringing him in. Now, unfortunately, everyone is snubbing Napoli, so we might be inundated with a lot of centre-backs. Palomino, has also rejected Napoli. And we have made another transfer offer. Michy Batshuayi, the Chelsea Belgium striker, kind of neglected in most recent years. He is decent. To be fair, he does have some good attributes. He is quite a powerful striker. 6'1", great strength, decent acceleration and pace. Just a few mentals that he is lacking, really. But the thing is, we play a formation with 3 strikers. We have lost potentially 2 strikers already. And like I mentioned before, we have a very aging front line. We need to replace these players quite early. Michy Batshuayi, I'm happy with that one. He's a consistent player. He is talented. He's great technicals. Just the mentals, like I mentioned, he kind of struggles with. Decision makings of 10. Off the ball of 12. I'd normally like to see that slightly higher. Work rate of 7. I hope he gets better at that. And just like that, he is signed. £13 million. We're offering 42k a week. That was accepted. The offer was accepted. He has accepted the transfer, the contract agreement as well. £13 million. We bring in Michy Batshuayi. I think that's a good signing. Well done, DOF, yet again. Ramy Azar. And following on straight after that, again, we're trying to raid the Premier League with another Man City player. 12.25 million for their left back, Angelino. Now, we've lost our right back, so I was hoping really we'd go for a right back. But Angelino is still a very talented player. Look how good he is, really. Going forward, and he's good at tackling. Crossing of 17. He doesn't have the best physicals, but the physicals he does have are good enough for me. That stamina and natural fitness is what is most important for the role he is going to be playing, because he has no player in front of him. So he's going to be an attacking outlet and a defensive outlet. So I'm happy with that. He is 17 and he curls balls. Good vision, good teamwork, good work rate, great decision making. If we can get that one over the line, that is a solid signing, because he is worth 23 million and he's consistent again. This is what I like to see. For 12.25 million, and he's only 24 too. The offer was accepted. The contract was offered. That was also accepted. 32.5k a week. And we have our man Angelino at left back. 3-star, but a great squad player. Oh boy, I am excited about this signing. If we can pull this off. Anel Anel. We did a player spotlight on him, if you remember rightly. He is a beast and a 4-star rated player. He's just 22 from Malmo. I suggest you try and get this player yourself, because you can get him for so cheap. He's 6'5". Look how talented he is. He has a fixed potential as well, so I know no matter what, he's as good as what he can possibly be. He is so consistent. He is an absolute monster. He would easily be our best centre-back if he comes in. 22 years of age. We've made an offer for £3.3 million. Is that enough? Will they accept it? Let's hope so. Now, we've just played our first game of the season, and we kicked that off with a ban. Duvan Zapata playing it to Ravella, back to Goosens, back to Duvan Zapata to fire us home in the 5th minute. Nice and simple. However, Milan came back again in the first half. Rafael Leal doing exceptionally well. They're riding 2 challenges and somehow smashing that against the bar for Salamakers to come in and tap it into the empty net while our keeper was down. It stayed 0-0. We missed a lot of opportunities. We had 7 chances on target. We dominated the game, really. XG, we should have scored a lot more goals than what they did. And unfortunately, we couldn't capitalise. You can see this is the squad that we lined up with. Rovella was in there. Malinovsky and Tonali. Satulo is coming back from his loan deal. He is playing on the right. Goosens again on the left. Angelino was on the bench as along with Michy Batshuayi. Oh, I don't believe it. He's rejected the contract offer. Won't accept the wage and signing fee, or the appearance fee, or the optional contract extension by the club. Oh, I am gutted. Hopefully we go back for him. Hopefully we do, because he would be fantastic. But the one player out of all of this that I think we really would have been benefited getting, because we'd have made a huge profit on him, and we balls it up. He's balls it up, Ramy Azar. That's unfortunate. You're probably wondering how much money we do have left. £4.1 million, but we have a really good wage budget. Maybe we can bring in a loan sign in there. That's annoying that that contract was rejected. So Ramy is obviously going to be gutted about that. Here is the Champions League group stage that we have had drew now. We have another difficult group. Tottenham, Leipzig and Sociedad in that group. We could still potentially go through quite nice and easily there. Leipzig is going to be the team I think will be battling around for that 2nd spot. Sociedad, if we do bad, will be the team that we battle for that 3rd spot. I think Tottenham might run away with that league. But I bring you back just before the transfer deadline day, and we've made an offer for this man, Jonathan Cohen. Now, I've never heard of him. However, he doesn't actually look that bad. 25 years old. Maybe you can pick him up on your save and he'll actually do a job for you, because it seems like he's really decent. He can play in almost every position other than centre-back, which is quite remarkable, and only for 775k. If we actually get this guy, I'm mildly quite impressed, really, in Rami Azar, our director of football. And that offer was accepted. We now offer him a contract, but it is the transfer deadline day. It's time to go live and see what happens live, and what will the DOF do on this transfer deadline day. Again, we don't have a lot of money. We have a lot in the wage budget. Maybe we'll bring in a loan signing. I can't see anything happening here. Just a lot of youngsters moving from our different clubs. It has been agreed. He has signed. That is fantastic little signing, that. Really impressed. Although we're not actually using wingers, it doesn't matter. It's nice to have a little plan B option there. And the money that we're actually spending on him, and he's only on 16k. I'm quite impressed. 25 years old. We can use him for sure this season. Gotta be happy with that. Okay, but we still have a little bit of time left in the summer transfer window before it shuts. But overall, I think I'm very impressed with this transfer window. What do you make of it so far? I mean, we could end up losing our hope and dreams here if we sell some of the good players in the remaining time. I don't think that will happen. I think he's got a good head on his shoulders by the signs of it. Again, deadline has passed. The deadline has passed. I don't think you can argue with that. I don't think you can argue with how good of a transfer window that is. He's made a decent amount of signings. 6 signings coming in. £74 million was spent, but it was spread across 6 signings. I like that. And we were very clever with our money. We brought in Angelino, 12.25 million. John Stones, 17 million. We spent 30 million on what could be the world's best centre midfielder in Sandro Tonali, who is already fantastic and already playing well for us. And we've also brought in a couple of bargain signings in Cohen. So I think we've got to be really impressed. On the outs, there are a couple I'm disappointed with. Hataboa, I've got to say I am disappointed with that. Mandarin, I'm not too worried about whatsoever. And the rest of the players, I mean, we've managed to keep hold of a lot of players. In all fairness, we have managed to keep hold of a lot of players who had some offers in. A lot of centre-backs. We are going to be struggling to find games for these centre-backs. That is one thing that will happen, because we are only playing 2 at the back, and I think we have 5 first-team centre-backs who all want to play. And we have a loan signing to make it 6. We've got a lot of centre midfielders too, but we also have Nicola Ravella and Sandro Tonali, 2 youngsters who we need to give a lot of game time to, because we know that they progress into fantastic players. But I think this is quite clever from the DOF. We have managed to bolster our squad. Of course, we won the league, and I don't think we have weakened our team whatsoever. We've actually managed to keep hold of our best players. We lost Hataboa, and the worst thing about this transfer window is we never bought a right back. That could be our only problem. The only couple of players that we have that can play there, in fact, we only have 1 player who can play there, and that is Bosco Satulo, and he doesn't actually play there naturally. So that is a slight... I mean, that kind of happens. Every time you do a Director of Football challenge, that kind of happens. They always neglect one position, and they always buy loads in a certain position as well. And I think he's done that. He's bought so many centre midfielders, and he even tried going for another one, and it got rejected. And unfortunately, we could have done with a right back instead. What do you make of this transfer window, though? I'm very curious to see your thoughts on Rami Azar's transfer window. I'm actually impressed. So there we have it. That is episode 2 of the Perfect Director of Football Challenge. Thank you very much for your support on episode 1. I hope you continue enjoying this save as much as I enjoy making it. I'm in the new gaff now. That's the reason why it's taken so long, and the fact that we had to play towards a new season. So that's the reason why we've had to put a lot of time in. The reason why it's not out on the Wednesday, as it will be the following weeks. So hope you've enjoyed it. Smash the like button. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Leave a comment down below. What do you make of his season? And viewers, I will see you very soon for episode number 3 of the Perfect Director of Football Challenge. Bye bye.